Welcome back to another episode of the Outsider Sports Baseball Podcast. Corey, Jason, John, Pauline. John, how you doing?
Good, pretty good.
Yeah,
Phillies just signed the free agent finally, other than Schwarber. So I'm happy.
it's about time.
Fine. I wish they need more though. They need more. They need more.
Yankees have still yet to bring somebody back that wasn't on their roster in October or at any point this season. But there's a long off season. There's still a lot of big names out there. But let's go through some of the signings that we did see. Now, I know you guys spoke about Pete Alonso. Do you have any other thoughts on him signing 5 years, 155 with Baltimore?
I mean, you have a lot of people saying I think it's just Met fans trying to coping, and they're saying they overpaid for him. And it's like I don't think they overpaid for him at all because like realistically, 5-year contract, like when it's up, he'll be 36. I mean, like it's not like then you'd be 36. You still have him like from those years in players. That's like prime for a lot of players. Like he's still
Right.
in his prime. I think he's a better defender than people than he's given credit for. Like he'll have months where he bats 300, and he's a guy that can get you. I think he's at least gonna get 30 home runs a season for you. So I mean, I think it's right. I think that's fine.
Now, as the resident Oriole fan, are you happy with it?
I like it. Yes,
Yeah, I
I do.
I like it because I think this will put Alonso into relative obscurity. The Orioles have such a steep climb to get back to the top of the AL East. You have the Yankees, who will always be a contender. You have the Blue Jays, who are just in the World Series, and you have the Red Sox, who are one of the top teams, expected to be coming out of the American League next year. So you have three teams ahead of Baltimore, and that's just in their division. That's not counting the rest of the American League. It's going to be tough, and you know we keep saying Baltimore's issue isn't offense, it's pitching,
It's
and they're
pitching.
not doing much to address that. So, at least when it comes to the Alonso contract, it doesn't really seem all that helpful. But then again, when you can get a guy like Alonso for a contract you deem worthy, you kind of should just go for it.
Especially since it looks like they stole him from the Red Sox, basically.
Yes. Yes,
So
that's true. Although the Red Sox report made it seem like they didn't really offer a very competitive contract, like it was under 100 million,
yeah,
but
I
still
guess they just didn't value him. I still get confused about how teams value players
it's
because like some players you're like, why are they giving him so much money? Than other players like they can't even get like I mean you have like you like, couldn't even get like a full contract and they just give him like 2-year like 2-year deal with an opt out after the first year.
right,
And
right.
it's like they can't even get long contracts, and then you get players like Soto, lifetime 280 hitter, by the way, and up until this year never stole any bases ever really, and all that, and wasn't he was more of a 30 home run guy, and he has a breakout year, but before that he wasn't nothing, and you gave him this huge contract, huge contract, and then you have guys like Aaron Judge and Otani who have less and I think are objectively better. And then you're giving it to like this guy just because I guess he's under 30, but it's like still I don't know how I don't understand how they value players or what they're looking at.
It's tough, and each
It's
team has their own process. So I don't know. Moving on to some of the other names that signed. Let me rattle off a couple. Tell me if any of them stick out to you. The Braves sign outfielder Mike Yastrzemski, 2 for 23. Kansas City signs Lane Thomas, 1 for 5 and a quarter. Atlanta signs Robert Suarez, three for
that's a good
45.
one. That's a really good one.
Now that's in your division. They get a high end pitcher. What are you thinking?
It definitely helps them out considering last year. I mean, like they're, I mean, I mean, it means they're starting pitching, but I mean, their pitching overall was just decimated. A lot. I mean, the Braves were just riddled with injuries last season. I mean, everyone got hurt. But
It
like
was a
just the
rough
bullpen
year.
wise, I mean, when you can add a really good arm to your bullpen quality closer like that, I mean, you can't go wrong. It's like, can never ever ever have enough arms.
No, never can
That's
have.
why the Dodgers are so good, because they just sign pitcher after pitcher after pitcher.
They're really, really good at identifying that, and
Yeah.
guys are also really good at staying with the Dodgers and not, jumping ship to go to a team that's a little bit more competitive. They want to win, and the Dodgers are where you win, like Edwin Diaz said. Mark Leiter Jr. signed with the A's, one for 2.85. The Rangers signed Alexis Diaz. Kansas City extended third baseman Michael Garcia, 5 for 57.5. That takes him through his age 31 season, buying about 2 seasons of arbitration. What do you think about players when they sign a deal that buys out arbitration and a couple years so they can't hit free agency and maximize their earning potential until they're a little older?
Ah, I mean, obviously, I think it's better for the team. Like,
It
that's a
is.
really good for the team. And the player, I don't know if it's just they're just not, they just want a lock, because I mean, you're not guaranteed money later on. So it's like you're
Right.
guaranteed money now, plus with the lockout basically imminent, and there may or may not be a salary cap in the future. You might, some players might just be wanting to get money now, get it locked
Right.
up. So, especially the players on the lower end of the spectrum. So, I mean, sometimes you just look it up. I mean, look at Christopher Sanchez. I mean, Phillies gave him an extension early on. He probably could have, if he waited, he could have got a way, way, way more.
It's hit
So,
or miss because some guys, like a Christopher Sanchez, could have benefited from hitting free agency.
yeah,
Ronald Acuna Jr. is another one. But then other guys, an Aaron Hicks with the Yankees, he got a big contract in terms of years, and he flamed out into nothing, and he's still getting paid.
it's just the
So
fact you never know. In baseball, you
you
never
never
know.
know.
I mean, you never know. So it's like if they give
It's
you,
security for the
yeah,
now, and eventually, if you really are that good, you'll still be able to hit free agency at some point, even if
yeah.
you're 32 instead of 28.
Plus, if you're thinking, if you're younger, like, I mean, at that age, if you're there and they offer you $50 million, you're going to be like, yeah, sign me up.
Right.
I want the 50 million because it's guaranteed.
Yeah, it
So I
is.
mean, like, I'm just like, I want the 50 million.
And then I'll
Like,
deal with the rest later. I'll invest that,
yeah, and then it's
make way
like,
more money.
yeah, exactly. Plus, it's like 50 million. I mean, a lot of people. I mean, you never have to work ever again, really. So it's like, I
Yeah.
mean, you take the money when you're young. You take the money.
Now we got Dustin May signed with the Cardinals. Ahmed Rosario re-signs with the Yankees, 1 for 2.5. I like that signing. He's not really going to be somebody that starts for us. He's good depth. He could platoon with McMahon. He's a solid bat off the bench that can hit lefties. Had some, started some playoff games for us. I don't mind this as long as, he's somebody that rarely sees the field. He's just somebody that gives us depth on the bench. Now, here's another big one. The Mets signed infielder Jorge Polanco 2 for 40 in what some are calling the second base Mets because everybody they have seems to be a second base or middle infielder.
I
Now, they signed him to play first base and DH, and mind you, he is neither of those positions. He is
He had
neither of
one
them.
appearance at first base his whole career.
So it's a very concerning move because the Mets still could have gotten, you know, Alex Bregman to play third and move Vientos over to first. Now you still have Beatty there as well. They could have gotten a Paul Goldschmidt who's a first baseman. Munetaka Murakami, who could play third and first as a Japanese player coming over.
I heard teams aren't valuing him though as a player that's going to start in MLB right away.
That's true. He has a very high strikeout rate, but that's still something they could have gone with instead of signing somebody who's never really played first base to be your everyday first baseman.
It's a
Especially right
weird
after
move.
Alonso left, it seems like salt in the wounds to Met fans.
Well, it's especially the fact that they sat there and they said they wanted to do run prevention. I believe
Yeah,
he was like run prevention, and your run prevention is letting go a first baseman who I think unfairly gets called a bad defender, in my opinion.
it is very unfair.
Unfairly, it's called a bad defender because he's not that bad. And you go and sign a second baseman who only had one career start at first base or one appearance at first base
Right.
to play first base for you. And it's like, what are you doing? I mean, if you're the fans, like, it's like, what are you doing? Because also this one looks like it's either like, are you going to trade Lindor now? Because now you're getting like that.
There
Like, I
are
mean, I've
rumors of
seen that
that
floating
Lindor to the
around.
Padres. The Mets are interested in Mason Miller.
So I mean, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what the plan is
Nobody
over
does.
there. I
I
have
don't
no
think
idea.
I don't think Met fans are very thrilled with how it's being handled. I'm sure you are looking, as a
Oh, it's amazing because it's like they're burning
they're
down, they're going
burning. Yeah.
crazy.
Like I don't
They're in
know if I
shambles.
don't know if I can, pencil them in as a playoff team next year. I feel like as of right now, they're outside looking in, and I just don't feel like they're going to end the offseason that way. Something's going to happen that's going to make us realize, oh, wait, yeah, they're still the Mets. They still got Steve Cohen money, and they're going to be a playoff team or at least compete for a playoff spot pretty strongly every year as a favorite.
They got to do more stuff. I
They
just got
need
to do
more
more stuff because
pitching,
last year they
hitting.
overperformed because of their pitching,
Yep.
and this year, I mean, they've done
The 0
nothing and they
Met.
got worse.
Yeah. Now Kenley Jansen, the closer, signed with Detroit, 1 year, $11 million. Arizona brought back starter Merrill Kelly, 2 for 40.
That's a good one.
Tyler Rogers signed with Toronto, 3 for 37. That third year includes an opt out before the season. I really like that move for Toronto. He's a really solid pitcher, bolsters their bullpen, which could have used some more work. Now they have a guy with a super high release point and a guy with a super low release point between Cease and Jansen. And I think it's going to give hitters fits where they go from one guy to the other, seeing the arm slots. Adolis Garcia, John, Phillies, 1 for 10. Tell me about it.
You know, I mean, like, and it's crazy because Dombrowski's like, he says, I think Dombrowski said, like, he says, I think the outfield's good. And it's like, I mean, it's not bad. I like Garcia. I like him. Like, I do. Like, it's
Is
just,
he a starter or is he a bench bat?
I don't know. Cause like the thing is, people are saying, oh, he had a down year last year, but he's been on the down
Well,
every single year. Like,
who's
he's
who?
been going down and down
If
and down.
opening day started today, who is your starting center fielder?
Starting center fielder. Well, if they're thinking, I mean, I'm guessing you would do probably because right now, I mean, who do they have? I mean, you have Marsh, Castellanos, and I think Otto Kemp's up there, and technically Crawford's there, who I think, and they're not really committing to him being up this season, which is weird because he's batting over 300 in
Right.
AAA last year, and I think they could have brought him up last season instead of trading for Bader. But I don't know because ideally, what I would do, I'd put Crawford center, Marsh left, and I would rather. And it's like if people are going to be crazy, I mean, probably just keep Castellanos in right,
Would you probably see a Garcia,
and then
platoon more with Castellanos,
I can see
or
that.
does he move around with Marsh?
I would probably do Castellanos. I would say, like, if you're going to do, because the thing is, they want to trade Castellanos because they're trying to trade him. They don't want him,
Well,
and
who's going to want
I
him?
think they're either going to cut him, but it's like the point is, it's just like he's 20 million. You have him for 20 million. If you cut him, you're still on the hook for 20
Yeah,
mil, and
and
no
nobody's
one's going to
going
want to
to
trade
on.
for him. So like, you might as well use him.
Maybe he has a bounce back year.
And it's not like he had a bad year defensively last season, like the start of the year, but it's not like he did bad hitting when he was playing every day. And it's not like his number, like I mean, it's not like his numbers were like any worse or better than like they're about the same as Garcia's, like Adolis Garcia, like they're about the same. I don't know. People hate on him a lot. I don't think like he's not the best defender. I don't think he's the worst defender. I think you look at the DRS, I think it looks worse than it actually is because if you actually watch the games,
Right.
he doesn't look as bad as the stats say he is, and the eye test is like the stats only say so much because you can't because all it is taking into account like the range of stuff and comparing it to like what they think the other fielder
Right.
would take, but you don't know for sure if you put someone else there if he's gonna get it. Like, so I'm just saying, like, he's not as bad when you watch him play. Like, it's not as bad. I don't, at least for me, I don't think, because he makes the plays he's supposed to make. Like, he doesn't, he's not muffing, he's not screwing up
Right,
routine
right.
plays and stuff. Does someone gets past him? Sure. Like, I don't know. Like, I didn't think his defense was like, I didn't think the Phillies were losing games because their defense was bad.
And you don't think they signed Garcia to replace him in any of that? Because Garcia was cut by the Rangers. He was non-tendered.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, they're probably looking, and I think they just wanted another power
Power
righty
bat
bat.
off the bench, pinch hit
Yeah,
for a little bit.
and he can play
Fill it.
defense and stuff. And if they're gonna go out of get rid of Castellanos, I heard they're still going after Bader, but they
Right,
want another power righty bat because I think they were like the fifth least in home runs from right-handed batters last season. They only had
right.
like 80 from right-handed batters. Oh my god, that was terrible. And I think they wanted to get more like help there.
Okay.
I don't know I have no clue what they're doing. I still think their biggest need is pitching, and they got to do something about this because starting pitching right now, Wheeler's probably not going to start the season off. You're losing Ranger. Like, you're hoping Nola bounces back. So you really only have two solid pitchers there in Luzardo and Sanchez.
And who
So
knows what Wheeler's deal is?
yeah, so they need to get another starting pitcher. And I know your bullpen, you're looking, and you have Strom, you have, you have Kirkgreen, you have, Duran, you have Alvarado, but it's like I feel like they need at least another solid arm
Right.
there. The bullpen has been the biggest problem, in my opinion, the past how many years, and the reason why they lose and they fall in the playoffs a lot of times is the bullpen. And the fact that the big bats don't hit, like Harper doesn't hit, Schwarber doesn't hit in the playoffs,
Right.
Turner doesn't hit. So I don't know. I have no clue.
Gregory Soto signs with the Pirates. They're on the board 1 year, 7.75. Josh Bell went to Minnesota, 1 for 7. And Atlanta signed infielder Ha-Sung Kim, 1 for 20, which seemed a little heavy for me on that. So those are all a bunch of the free agent signings and bigger moves. That's not every move that happened, just a lot of the bigger ones that we've seen. But John, now I kind of want to play a little game.
Mhm.
I'm going to name some players. You tell me what team you think they're a good fit for, and I'll tell you mine. All right?
Mhm. Let's go.
Let's go. These are of the remaining free agents. Alex Bregman. Right now I have him still going back to Boston.
That's
Probably
what I was gonna say.
192. I still think he gets the contract that he wants, and Boston pays it.
I mean, I'd agree because I think if Boston wants to compete in any capacity, they need to get him.
How about Cody Bellinger?
This is a tough one because I feel like he fits quite a bit of teams.
Right.
But honestly, if I'm going here, I'm thinking, I'm probably saying Yankees probably try to retain him here, and they probably say he
Let him
goes
try.
there. I mean, I think they go in and keep Bellinger.
I tried to do a little different. I decided no Yankees, no Mets for Bellinger. I tried to figure out what's another team, like a mystery team. West Coast. There's always a report there's a West Coast mystery team. How about the Padres nab him?
I can I can see that. I was gonna say, what if because they extended an offer to Schwarber? What if the Pirates go after him and get him?
Possibly.
I
Yeah,
mean, I'm just saying, what if they want to spend a little money? Because I mean,
I
because
don't
he might
believe
be
it,
on
but
the. I'm just saying, but he might be like. I mean, out of the two, Tucker and Bellinger, he might be
the
the
more cost
cheaper.
effective one, yeah.
Yeah, the more costly. He might be the cheaper contract to
They
get.
can sign Kyle Tucker for $10 million a year for 100 years.
So,
How about Jordan Montgomery, the starter?
starter. Uh the Mets should just take him. Starting pitching. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think Mets,
I have him going to the Giants.
Giants. That'd be a good one.
Lefty and Oracle. I
Yeah.
think that fits very well. Now, how about JT Realmuto?
I really, really want him to stay with the Phillies.
Is that what you're going to pick, though?
I'm picking. I think he's in because he's made it clear he wants to stay in Philly and stuff. And I feel like they're just kind of holding off and stuff. Because I think maybe they're looking at someone else
Who could they
and waiting to
possibly be
see.
looking at to replace him?
I don't know. There were reports a while back that the Phillies called Baltimore up and checked on
Rutschman?
Rutschman.
I think that would be the only fit that I could think of that I would get rid of him for. But even then, I would try to have them both.
Yeah,
Yeah, I also have him go back to Philly. I think 3 for 72 might be where it gets done.
they might. I was thinking like 3 for like 65 or something.
I mean, if that gap is that big, the $7 million, I think you just
Might
have
not.
to
If
eat
they
it
want
and
to
do
keep
it.
him, yeah.
How about Chris Bassett, the starter?
Is he a righty?
And he's from the Blue Jays.
Blue Jays. Honestly, Blue Jays. I do the Blue Jays just try and go all in and keep him. I mean, they have the money. Do they just want to? Do they want to? I mean, do you want to go back and try? I mean, they're finally spending and getting guys. You just want to go all in, spend all your money because I mean,
He might as
I
well.
think they have deep pocketbooks, and
They
they seem
do.
like
They
they
really
really
do.
and they want to spend, and I think and they've been wanting to spend for a few years now.
Now, I have them, though, penciled in as an innings eater for the Twins because I think they just need arms. They might not want to pay, but they just need guys that'll eat innings. We've
Do you
seen bad teams do that. I don't know if teams will be lining up for Bassett's services. That we saw the A's sign Luis Severino to eat innings. I think 3 for 54, with an opt out after each season, allows allows Bassett to get paid and hit free agency after a good year, and allows Minnesota to at least have a veteran in their rotation, especially because they're probably going to end up moving on from Joe Ryan. Need somebody in there that'll be able to be there for the young guys and just eat 6 innings a game. Next name up, Starling Marte. If he doesn't retire, which I can see totally being possible, I have him going to the Marlins on a 2-year, $24 million deal. Let him go back home, go back there, be with some of the young guys. I think that would be fun for him.
I can see that. What position? He's an outfielder, right?
He's an outfielder, a little old,
Outfielder
losing a
still,
little bit of
okay.
those legs, but he's still capable.
I mean, you're looking at just any of the probably Marlins. I don't know what other team like because Marlins just seem like a team that they're not really trying. Like I feel like wasn't he just on the Pirates,
It was just on the Mets.
the Mets, Pirates? I mean, I could see the Pirates taking him to
That's where he made his name, the Pirates.
yeah. So I mean, I can see like teams like the Pirates, the Marlins, like just like the other teams, lower teams like
Right.
that, just taking a guy.
Now we got Lucas Giolito, the starter. I have him going to Cleveland on a 2-year, $30 million deal. I don't think he's going to have a large line of suitors ready to give him a bunch of years. And I think he takes this is because it's going to be the best deal available to him.
So I don't really know who needs, but it's like because everyone needs pitchers.
Everybody needs pitching.
Everyone needs pitching.
Throw a dart at the board and land on a team.
You can just go with any team. And it's the teams who are willing to spend money to on pitchers.
Next up is Framber Valdez. I got to the Cubs.
Cubs.
Right now, I think that's a possibility. They might decide to splurge on him. They need an ace.
Orioles.
Really?
Orioles. Well, I mean, you went all in on Alonso. Now you got to get your
Did.
starter. You got to get your starter.
You do, and that would make it a very successful offseason.
Now, if they get him and they get Alonso, I mean, right then and there, they're automatically their odds like they go way up.
Now, I think that's the case. I just don't know. because of how tough the AL East is, I just don't know. Does that put them as a favorite? Does that even put them at number 2 out of the
I don't know if it puts. Well, it depends what the Yankees do here.
right? The Yankees could fall to 4. The Yankees could. I wouldn't put them above the Blue Jays just yet, just because the Blue Jays were in the World Series.
Yeah.
But the Yankees probably are number 2 right now because they knocked out Boston, and Boston hasn't really done too much yet to overtake the Yankees in that regard. But we'll see what happens. How about Kyle Tucker?
You know, I said it before, and I said it like way back, and I think you guys don't like it, but I really feel like the Cubs are gonna open their pocketbooks and get a deal done with him.
It just seemed like he didn't like being in Chicago.
Yeah, I don't know what the Cubs seem like they want to like they seems like they want to pay him and keep him there. But I mean, I don't know. But I mean, like I don't know how much they're gonna willing to spend
It's going to be tough.
compared to other
Right.
teams. Because like I mean, if the Yankees are in on it,
The
or
Blue
even
Jays, the
the Blue
Mets,
Jays or the Mets, I mean,
Dodgers.
the price might get ran up way too
Right.
high.
And I don't know if the Cubs can afford it.
Yeah.
I decided to take the angle of, again, no Yankees, no Mets. What is another team that can land on him? Blue Jays were there. How about the Giants? Always looking to get that big bat. Willie Adames was their prize, but they can still keep going for another stronger one. 10 for 350. I just don't know if the money's going to be there for Tucker to get above 4. So 10 for 350 right now with the Giants. John, when do you think he's going to sign? Like, what do you think? If you had to predict a time frame for when he does sign, when is it? Before New Year's, after New Year's?
You know, I'm gonna say after New Year's at this point because I mean we're almost about 1 week away from Christmas
Right.
coming up here. I mean, you already had some of the bigger names sign like Schwarber and stuff and all that. So and Alonso and Diaz, and no one else has really fallen yet. Like no other guys are really. I'm sure after we record this, someone's gonna like always like
As we're
last
talking
week.
right now, Bellinger, Bregman,
Yeah,
Tucker, they're all signed already. They all
yeah.
signed with I don't know, with the
Dodgers
Braves.
got them all.
Dodgers got them all.
Dodgers got 'em.
So
No, but I'm just saying, like I don't know
after
because it seems like
Christmas,
it's a little slow. It's slow, like it's a little slow. No one's signing
before or
anyone
after January 10th?
before.
Okay. So between January 1st and 10th is what you're going to say?
Yeah,
Now, where do you think Luis Arias goes?
rise.
I
I
got
don't know.
I got him going to Seattle.
That would be a good fit.
I got him 4-year deal there, though. I think that, no Polanco. They want a contact guy to help balance out this team. He doesn't bring much in terms of speed, but he does get, a lot of singles, which will be very beneficial to them. What do you think?
I think I like that because I feel like the Mariners they kind of want to add to their
Right.
team and get it back to the playoffs and possibly make another run to the world run at get into the World Series.
They do, and I don't know if he's like the missing piece, but he definitely could be beneficial to them.
And it's like I don't know any other teams that would really be looking for him that would want to give him,
Right.
the money.
Now, the next name I have on my list is Max Scherzer.
Mets probably sign him 1 year, 20 million.
The Mets?
Just waste that. Yeah, they're just gonna sign. They're gonna. I can see that happening. I'm just probably not though.
I see. I have him returning to the Dodgers, 1 for 18, chase another ring, be on the roster. You don't really have to do too much. Just like they carried Kershaw, they can carry Scherzer.
Honestly, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, do other teams try to try to do the same thing? You just get them on there,
Well,
carry them.
Justin Verlander is the next guy I have on my
Yeah,
list. Who carries him on a roster?
Astros again.
Astros. That's what I said. I
Yeah,
also have said Detroit is a distinct possibility. I have him 1 for 20 in Houston. I think they give him a little extra money to entice him away from Detroit, and they try to make a run with him. Now, how about Zach Gallen?
I really think the A's should keep him.
The
I really do.
A's?
Isn't he on Zach Allen? Not Zach Allen. I got to make it fit mixed
Zach
up with
Geloff.
Geloff. My bad.
He's on Arizona.
The Arizona needs to sign him.
I got him going to the Cardinals. Could he be a $200 million player?
What were his numbers last year?
Let's see.
So I feel like he had a down
He did have a down year.
year.
Let's see. Last season in 2025, Zach
4.8.
Gallen, in his age 29 season, he went 13 and 15. He had a 4.83 ERA in 33 games, 192 innings, 175 strikeouts. So they're not great, but then again, the seasons prior to that, he was 3.65, 3.47, 2.54, 4.30, 2.75, 2.89, 2.72, 2.81. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In parts of seasons before that. It'll be his age 30 year. I think if you chalk up his 4.83 season as, an aberration,
Yeah.
his career ERA is 3.58, including that 4.83. So he's a sub 3.5 ERA in his career. Could some team decide that they want to spend a boatload on him? 180, 200?
I don't know if he's a $200 million pitcher. I mean, he is 30. I don't know if he's 200 million. It would have to be under, but I can see a team. I don't know how much you'd want to give him. But it'd have to be at least 4 to 5 years.
Yeah, it will. And I think some team might even look to increase the years to lower the AAV.
Yeah. I mean, if you're looking at it, Orioles.
Orioles are definitely a possibility there, although I'm not sure I love the fit. I feel like they need to stay youthful.
Yeah, you want to do, but at the same time, I don't know if you don't want to waste your core right now, and there's not many guys available, so it's like you kind of want to try and win. So you might just want to get guys. So
Absolutely. How about Bo Bichette?
I really thought he was going to stay with the Blue Jays, but I feel like if that was going to happen, he would have signed with them already.
So where does he go? Where does Bo go?
Let's see. Who needs a shortstop?
Don't think of it only as a shortstop. He could play second base, maybe even third base if a team asks him to.
What about the Padres?
I feel like they have a bunch of shortstops.
Do they? About second baseman?
I guess they might need a Noah Rise, even though he was playing a lot of first. Cronenworth. I'm sure they'll make it worth it. They can work it because they've done it in the past. Machado, Tatis, Cronenworth, Arise, Bogarts. They love their shortstop, so this isn't a terrible fit.
I'm just saying, it's not a thing enough. They want to compete with the Dodgers,
right?
So
I still have them going back to Toronto though. 9 years, 270, big contract. Keep them there. Let them spend their big money on their young guys. Keep your talent.
Yeah, I just feel like they would have signed them already. I don't know. I just feel like they would have locked. They would have been like, "What do you want?"
Right.
He gives them a number, and they're like, "Okay."
You would think, but the Blue Jays are still trying to go Tucker. Maybe this is their fallback. Where does Munetaka Murakami go?
He's the
first base, third base from Japan.
I don't know because, like I said, they're looking at him as a guy that's probably going to go down to AAA.
Right, and he does not want that. But I think a team that could use power bat and somebody that could be somebody whose team has shown they can be patient with third baseman would be a good fit. And that's why I have him going to the Phillies.
I can see it because Boehm's going to be gone.
Bohm will be gone. Let him start in AAA.
Boehm, I think this is Boehm's last year on his contract. You go
Is that
down,
bad?
you can get another guy there. Possibly. I can see that.
Does that make you sad that Bohm might be gone?
Not really. I like Boehm. My favorite player on the Phillies, I like Bryson Stott a lot.
Right.
So like Boehm's kind of low. I do like Boehm, but he's not I wouldn't be
broken up.
Heartbroken.
Right.
So
where do you think Murakami goes?
the thing is I don't know what other teams need outside of the immediate NL East almost.
So let's just call it Dodgers.
Dodgers. Honestly, it's just I just feel like the Dodgers for everyone. This could also be a possible Mets signing.
Fair.
Because if they're if they got Polanco who's be their first baseman, maybe you need you want someone.
Because you do have Beatty and Vientos.
Yeah. So I don't know, maybe that would the Yankees want to take it just so they
could
have a guy wait just to have
they very well could.
Unless the thing is, I don't know if he's going to take the deal. If he's going to be they're going to be you're coming up there and you're going to be AAA. Because if he wants to start,
right, he could always return to Japan and get posted again next year.
Yeah, because if they don't see him and he's going to want to start, and no team's going to give him the opportunity to start at the major league level off the bat, I don't know if he gets signed. I don't know if anyone if
right,
because I don't know a team that's going to want him and commit to having him up. So I can totally see him just going back, just not signing and going back to Japan, and then waiting until next season.
What about Tatsuya Imai?
That's the pitcher.
Pitcher from Japan.
That's the pitcher. That's the one who wants to beat the Dodgers.
Yes.
I
think he's going to be a Met because Edwin Diaz left the Mets saying, I want to go to the Dodgers. That's where we win. And so he's going to go to the Mets because the Mets are going to be the team that needs to beat the Dodgers.
I was just say I thought I can see the Phillies, because I know the Phillies when Yamamoto was there and they were the Phillies really tried really hard to get him, and I think
they
the Phillies
were second place for him. I think.
Yeah, so I can see maybe they go after him
or the Mets.
They want to beat the because the Phillies are in a better position to face off against the Dodgers and beat the Dodgers than the Mets are at the moment.
Right.
So,
how about Michael King?
Yankee guy.
He loves the Yankees. I got him going to Baltimore though, on a 4-year, $64 million deal. I just think that the reports are he narrowed his list down to the Yankees, Red Sox, and Orioles. That as much as he loves the Yankees, was grew up local or whatever it was, he was traded over to the Yankees from the Marlins, I want to say. He just loved being a part of the Yankees. I just don't know if they bring him back as much as I would love King back.
Who are the Yankees going to get? Because I feel like that, Yankees got to start bringing some people back.
Knows they might not. They might go and have their big free agency being Ryan Yarborough and Ahmed Rosario. Or again, I keep saying trade for Fernando Tatis Jr. He would be the perfect fit, and the Padres need to get rid of a lot of money off the books. So it makes too much sense.
Where are you putting him?
In the outfield.
Wasn't Judge playing right? Doesn't Judge play right?
Yeah, Tatis could play left. And we'll trade them away. Spencer Jones, Jason Dominguez will go there. Plus, plethora of other names. Not Cam Schlittler, though. He's the only one that's untouchable, Schlittler. They can have Will Warren, and
Maybe it'll take Volpe off your hands.
they could. LaGrange, a bunch of our young pitching. Everybody but Schlittler and possibly Lombard are off the table, and I think that could still get the deal done because nobody's going to take on that money that Tatis is owed other than the Yankees and like 2 or 3 other teams, and the Padres won't deal with them inside the National League. So it really only makes sense to the Yankees and maybe the Red Sox, although I don't see the Red Sox making a trade like this. So, King, you think back to the Yankees?
I think so because I feel like the Yankees. I mean, you got to get somebody. They got to get. I mean, they got to.
You need to see the ball go through the hoop.
Players.
See the ball go in.
Yeah.
All right, John, I think that about covers it. These are all the names I wanted to go over.
You want to talk about Ranger Suarez? I don't know why he's not getting because I feel like he's a top pitcher.
He is. I just didn't want to make you upset.
No, but if he was anything, I think he's going to the Astros.
You think he goes to the Astros?
Yes.
You don't think he's going to come back to the Phillies?
I don't know if the Phillies are going to. Well, I don't know what they're doing.
I think Baltimore would be a really good fit for him.
Yeah. I think the Astros are going to go out and try to get him because they need someone to replace, Framber Valdez.
True. But I like we were saying, Baltimore needs pitching, and I think you can't have too much pitching, and that,
I would love if the Phillies kept him. I would love if they signed him back. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I feel like they'd let him go, and I think they're going to instead extend Luzardo.
Would you rather trade for like a Sandy Alcantara or an Edward Cabrera?
Honestly, I bet you they can get him off the Marlins for nothing.
I don't know about nothing.
No, but I mean, like the Marlins just give players away.
True.
They'll give players away. The Marlins are. I don't like the Marlins. The Marlins stink. They stink. They don't want to win.
They don't.
They had a GM and they were winning in the playoffs and stuff. And they're like, you know what? You're doing too good of a job. You're fired.
It's amazing, right?
Yeah.
But all right, that's going to do it for us. John, free agency is underway. A lot of the names off the board, a lot of names yet to still be called. Hopefully we start seeing some of these names trickle in before the new year. If not, we'll be here covering it. Get ready to talk about your Hall of Fame ballot. Very soon we're going to be discussing who we think is going to make the Hall. And maybe we'll start a new yearly segment of the Outsider Sports Baseball Podcast Hall of Fame. And start inducting our own guys each year and see how that works.
I can see that.
But Corey Jason, John Pauline, this has been the Outsider Sports Baseball Podcast, signing off.